Why do I love my Misti? There are just so many reasons. First of all, with the Misti, when you go to stamp something and you don't get a good impression the first time, you can stamp it again. So I'm going to show you that, but I have so many more reasons that I love it. But this is one of the great ones because we don't like to waste our paper or our time. So if you ink up an image and you stamp it down and it doesn't stamp good enough for you, then you can ink it up again and stamp it down again. Now, talking about that, if you have multiple pieces of paper and you want to make, like I do, 60 Christmas cards, then you can stamp one right after the other. And you can also turn your paper around, especially if you're going to cut these out with dies, and you can stamp another image on the same thing. And see, that one didn't come out all the way. And you can just restamp it and have it where you can take the paper away and color it. Next, why I like the Misti is because if I have a sentiment that I need to position, I can try to position that sentiment on my cardstock to be straight. But then I can either use a tool that goes with the Misti or use the grid lines to make sure this is straight. So when I stamp it on the cardstock, it comes out perfectly. And I find sentiment stamps sometimes very difficult to work with. So this is a wonderful way, and if it doesn't come out as dark as I want, I can stamp it again. So I find that I do use my Misti quite a bit. So that made a better impression. If I have a large stamp, sometimes with a large stamp, you cannot get the coverage that you want if you put it on a block. It just doesn't come out as well. So it allows me to restamp to get a good coverage. If I want to use foam stamps on the Misti, that also works out great. And by the way, the Unity stamps are 53% off this weekend, so I would definitely go over there and check that out. I'll have a link below for the Unity stamps. But if you have one of these, you can take out this and use it in your Misti because the foam already has the cushion on it. So you can put in your stamp and then use this for your stamp and stamp out your image. So that's another way that you can use the Misti. In addition to that, if you wanted to stamp this using a block, another great tip is to take the pad out. And we'll flip this over and put this on a block. And when you put something on a block, like here's the saying for this one, you put it on a block, now you can stamp down on your paper. And it gives that cushion that you might need. And you can even do that for small stamps. Sorry, we had an accident in the craft room. I am the best person for knocking stuff off. All right. Another way I like to use my Misti is put a stamp set down completely and just rub it down onto here. And I can practice coloring when I'm sitting at the TV. And I can just make multiple images at one time and then later on use them on cards. But a fun, creative way to use the Misti will be with our stencils. This is just ingenious, and I love the idea of this. So we will take our Misti and we'll turn it upside down. Oh, this has something on the back. All right. Let me get another piece of cardstock. One moment. I'll be back. Another way I can use my Misti is to put on my distressed inks and hold my stencil in place. So I just put my paper down. I put on my magnet. Now it doesn't move anywhere. And I can just put down my distressed ink for my card, whatever I want to ink up. So this is another great way to use your Misti that's outside of the box. This is just one of the most wonderful, versatile tools that I have ever had in the craft room. And I am so thankful to have a Misti. The Mistis come in different colors. If you're interested in that, I'll link below. Mine's an older Misti. It has lasted, goodness, for 5 or 6 years, maybe longer. But I highly suggest a Misti. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.